Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Melly
and the Shally Show.
So we are so excited to start the first Melly and Shally show of the year. It felt like just yesterday when we did the road trip and be going on holiday show, and we're back again, a new year. We're so excited for the new year. Lots of new ideas that's going to happen in the Melly and Shally and within Liqui Moly South Africa. And just always make sure that you are registered on our Facebook page, you liked it, so you can be in contact with everything that's happening all around South Africa.
Yeah, so it's such a great start to this Melly Shally show, and this is a full pack, so we've got a few tricks up our sleeve, but also check out, there's a competition we'll be running, so Mel will elaborate a bit more on that and how you can win and stand a chance to win great prizes.
So today on the Melly and Shally, our theme for today is Enlightened and Scratch free. So we can't make you debt free and we can't make you COVID free. So we try to focus on the things that we can manage, and we have these two superheroes that we're gonna spend some time on today to be able to make sure we can show you how to really change those very dull headlights of yours and take the scratches off, so that we can make sure that your vehicle is enlightened and scratch free.
So for those viewers out there who always have these New Year's resolutions, one of the things that we can help with is to clear up this vision, to know where you're going, just to clear your pathway for this year.
So, and we've had so many people that have asked us. They've seen before and after pictures on our Facebook page, and people really giving amazing testimonials and wanting to know what is the steps to follow to take very, very dull headlights and make them look brand new. So we are going to go through that step by step so that you're clear on what to do. Before we do that, during the show, listen to all the different things. So I'm going to, in the middle of nowhere, going to throw a question at you so that you can win a 1,000 Rand Liqui Moly voucher, where you can then spend on our online store and fan shop. And also we are giving away 2 free entries to the Pursuit mountain bike challenge that happens this weekend on the Buffelsdrift in Pretoria. So the Buffelsdrift Pursuit Challenge, what the Pursuit Challenge, you can just Google Pursuit Challenge. The entries are 299 Rand per person, and just your goodie bag is worth over 500 Rand for all the goodies that you'll find in that. But people are very worried and wanting to know what events that they can take part in, and worried that it's going to be cancelled due to the restrictions. This is the ideal kind of an event for you. It's an event where you have 4 days from Thursday till Sunday. You arrive at your own time. There's no specific starting time. You get your goodie bag. You make sure that you have Strava. You start. You do the very well marked route, come back, stop your watch, share it on Strava with their email address, and they're going to make sure that you are then listed to where your results actually came on the field. So you have the opportunity, even on Thursday, if you really did not do a good time, to go back on Saturday and Sunday to redo it and only share the best time, so that you can decide where you want to be. So Pursuit Challenge, if you search for that, you'll be able to find it. We did boosted as well, and posted on our Facebook page. So if you have any queries on the Pursuit Challenge, mountain bike challenge, just let us know. But we're giving 2 tickets away, so please listen so that we can make sure that when we ask those questions that you are ready to answer them, because the first 2 correct answers will receive those vouchers to be able to get those 2 free entries.
Sure, so I think that's quite exciting, and this is quite a game changer when it comes to the Pursuit Challenge. So yeah, looking forward not to see you guys there, but looking forward to see some results and as you guys finish. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Let's get going on the scratch remover and the gloss polish spray wax. So these are the 2 products, the scratch remover, and Philo is going to post the links to both products, the scratch remover and the gloss polish spray wax, on the comment section, so that you can have a link to both of them if you want to find out more information, get their product codes. Any of the details around these products will be posted by the team, so you can just click on that to find out more information. And there's going to be a couple of before and after pictures that's also going to be shown in between. But let's get cooking. Let's show people what these 2 products can do. So Shally, if it's over to you, I know you have a headlight there that you made a massive impact. So the important part is we have people out there that it's their own car, it looks like there's been sandblasting on their headlights, and they really want to get rid of that. So whether it's Susan at home or Johan that wants to DIY, or whether it's a workshop, let's start with any person. Doesn't matter if you have a mechanical background or not. If you want to go and buy these products and take care of your headlights, what would be the process and the steps that you would take?
Awesome. So I think let's start with Headlight. It's such an amazing trick and tip we can share. There are so many inquiries coming through on how to restore this, and there isn't a clear vision of step-by-step procedures. So this is exactly what we're going to do today. So just based on this is my Isuzu Bakkie. It's an everyday workhorse, and it stands in the sun. So that is one of the main damages it actually creates, because you can see there's discoloration from the UV damage. So what I did there is, you can see this top piece here. If I can just bring it closer like this, that top piece is discoloration and scratches that has developed over many years. And what I'm going to run you through is a two-step process. So the one will be a manual. The manual process for people at home, basic enthusiasts that just wants to have a visual difference in his car's headlights. And then the second one will be automotive process, which is more for the panel beating, the professionals that actually do this as a career. Cool, so the first one, on this headlight itself, you'll see this is only a manual process that I did. So a step-by-step procedure, what I did on this headlight.
Shally, if I can just stop you. So the bottom part is what you actually already did. And the top
part is the old.
Okay, so the reason your headlights get that dull is sun, and then also probably all the little insects and little rocks that you drive through that then keeps on like sandblasting it.
Yes.
So there's the scratches, the everyday wear and tear, and also the sun that then contributes to this very dull headlights that makes your car, doesn't matter how much you wash, it just look like you forgot to put makeup on it.
Yeah, so as I see, a very good point, Mal, because one of the very first procedures we have is just to clean this headlight to see the amount of damage it has, and also to remove insects. And what I did for that is I just used our universal cleaner based on a 1 to 10 dilution ratio. So just to see, just to remove the insects and any grease and grime that's stuck, just to see the amount of scratches and the amount of damage on the headlight itself before you start. So that's always a good tip, to have a before photo.
So step one is to wash.
To wash.
Okay.
Just to clean it off of it, and you can see the actual discoloration of the headlight itself.
Okay, and then what would it be the next steps?
Cool. So step 2 is just to identify the amount of deep scratches you have on the headlight. So there's also 2 of them. I'm going to run you through a basic one, which I did on this one. So that basic step is to use our scratch remover. And what you do with this is you apply a thin coat on the headlight that you want to, the worked area that you want to clean. You apply it with a microfiber cloth we have, so specifically microfiber, we prefer that. And just a tip on the scratch stop itself, it is a rubbing compound. So what it does is it takes the coat and clears it out. So a lot of times you see scratches is horizontally, vertically. Okay, but the action you take is not in that process. We recommend that you do a circular motion in order to remove that with the rubbing compound.
Okay, so you take a layer and put it onto the light, and you've got the microfiber cloth, and you just make sure that in a circular movement you start going all over the headlight.
Yes, yeah. So, and based on that, like I mentioned, you have different procedures. So the one is applied once, you remove it off until it has disappeared, and if you're not happy with the result, you can apply a second coat. Okay, so you keep doing that until you're satisfied with the result you got.
So, and am I correct by saying, so the first step is to clean it, the second step is to put a layer of the scratch remover on there with the microfiber cloth, you start having circular movements and making sure that you actually have that process all over the headlight. Yes. When you're finished, wipe it all off and then see, because I can imagine that the deeper the scratches is and the older it has been in that condition, the longer it's going to take to be able to clean it off. So you can keep on doing it until you are happy with the effect of the light itself.
That's correct, Mom. Yeah.
So how many times did you do this one, Shally?
On this one, I only applied 2 coats. Okay, so the one was just to remove the dullness of the headlight, and the second one was to work out the finer scratches. So if you want to take it even further, if you say there is still a bit of deformation in this headlight, but if you want to take it further, you can use a fine grit sandpaper. And your first application will be just to sand it off nicely, to remove all the deep scratches, the ones you want to focus on. And then you do the procedure on applying the scratch stop.
So very, very fine sandpaper.
Yes.
So if that is how deep the scratches are. So would you be able to, the first time you put a layer of the scratch remover on, and you would be able to identify, wow, okay, now this is quite, this has been coming for quite some time, the scratches are quite deep, then to go over to a very, very fine sandpaper and do that first layer, remove it, see how what the effect is, and then actually do it a second and a third time until you see. So it is a little bit of elbow grease, but I mean, what does a light like this cost if you have to replace it? I mean, different cars will have different costs.
It's quite a pricey situation.
So rather use, Shally has very good guns. So, I mean, in anyone, I mean, I know it is taking a little bit of elbow grease. You're going to have a little bit of pressure, but it is going to have this effect. So it's just making sure that you do it over and over to be able to get to the result where you see, okay, great, you've removed all of this, most of the scratches, you have the dullness that's removed and the change in color. It's all nice and bright now. So that'll be then the steps that you would take with the scratch remover itself. So when you get to the point where you see, okay, great, the headlight is now nice and bright, what would be your next step?
Cool, so the reason why I took this light, just before we get there, the reason I took this light is if you look closely, you'll see there's a film that's also started to crack here. Okay, so generally with these lights, there's a film of protective layer for UV, okay? And even with this, you can see it doesn't damage that UV light. I'm not sure if you can see.
So the scratch remover does not damage the protection layer that's over the light.
That's over the light.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so that's the reason I specifically took this light, so you can see.
Okay,
so.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's very well.
So easy steps for anybody. You have to. So there's two products for this process. So first of all, you're going to wash, which you do not do with the scratch remover. You'll wash with our car and wash and wax, or with the universal cleaner that Shally just mentioned. And then from there, you're going to start the process. Put on with a microfiber cloth a layer, circular movements. If it's very deep, a very, very fine sandpaper, and then from there, step by step, over and over until it is to the condition that you want it to be.
The result you want.
Right.
Perfect. So to finish us off this manual process, we're going to be using the gloss spray wax, and that is our protective coat against the environmental impact. So just to ensure that there is prolonged effect on the result you have, and it doesn't get damaged as easily.
Okay, so the gloss spray wax is then to polish it, to protect it against the sun, so it gives it that final
nice
glow,
yes.
And that smooth surface, and making sure that all the work that you've put in, you've actually now just put the cherry on the top, and also protect it from UV rays going forward. All right, so these two products, I mean, it is really not that difficult. It is just important that you know the process that you're going to take. It's not something that you're just going to go apply. You're going to wait 5 minutes, come back, and now all the scratches are finished. There is going to be some elbow grease that's going to take place with the scratch remover. And then after you are satisfied with the layers that it has removed and the scratches and the dullness, you're going to be applying the gloss spray wax. Now, when we're going to remove scratches, to show you what it does on the body parts itself, you'll see how the gloss spray wax, the creaminess of it, the easy way to apply, and there are so many different uses, and we'll get to that just now.
Yes, perfect. So the second step that I mentioned is the automated process, and that is with a polish machine. So these are for the professional workshop owners of automotive body shops. Right. So what you would do with this is very similar to the same process, but because you're using a polish machine, there is a fun trick to it. So what I actually like doing is when you apply the first layer, just let it stand a bit so you can just pull into the headlight itself, and once you start the machine, just make sure it's on low RPM. Otherwise you'll have scratch removal all over.
Okay, so you can apply it, let it kind of interact with the
polycarbonate plastic.
The plastic itself, and then you're going to bring the polish machine to be able to get to the process in low RPM so that you don't have
low RPM. And the same process, so you can apply more layers based on your recommended results.
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
So Shally, if I look at that headlights, remove headlight fog first. Okay, sorry. So we had a question. So I'm trying to analyze what Richard has asked us. And he says, do we have to remove the headlight? So you don't have to. It's just we can't park the whole car in our building. So you don't have to remove the headlight. You do this while it is on the car. So ladies, don't worry, you'll be able to do this. If you have no mechanical background, it is simple. You have the scratch remover, you have your car, there's no taking anything apart. So please tell your husband you don't need any screwdriver or anything. You're going to be able to go to the headlights and actually remove, take off that dullness without removing any body parts. Right, so very, very simple. Clean, continuously apply until you see that all the scratches and that thick layer of scratches and dullness is being removed until you're happy. And then the final step would be to apply the gloss spray wax and then also polish and buff that afterwards. Right, so just quickly for that 1,000 Rand voucher to use on our fan shop, the question I want to ask is, and the first person to put this into the comment section is going to win that voucher. Do you need to remove your headlights to be able to clean them with the scratch remover and the gloss polish spray wax? Right. Okay. Easy question. And it was building up to that question that Richard asked. Thank you so much, Rich. Right. So scratch remover with the headlights. So that is an application and an inquiry that we get so often because this happens to every vehicle. I mean, when you now see into the comment section with Philo, with the before and after pictures, you'll see it makes a massive change. Don't just expect if it's an old car and it's really dull to get it right in the first section, so that you can make sure you continuously do that until you're happy. And I mean, this before and after picture is huge. I mean, that is like brand new and really dull. So that's really awesome. But now as well, except for the scratches that you have or the dullness and on your headlights, the other place that the scratch remover and the gloss spray wax are extremely popular is scratches. So on your car, you know, if you have your wedding ring on, if there's diamonds, big diamond, you're very lucky to have a big diamond, and you have maybe one of those that actually leave a mark when you hit someone on the elbow. Now, every time you want to open the door, it leaves scratches. If you have long nails, it leaves scratches. Then you drive into a passageway where, with all the rain, it really has been overgrown. You have all those branches scratching the car on the side. And you maybe misjudged yourself on the corner and you just have a little scratch. It didn't take anything off the paint, but you want to remove that scratch, or the kids went past the car with their bicycle. All of those things happen. And thank goodness we have these two products to also save the day when that happens. So we're going to quickly remove this off the counter so that we can bring an actual bonnet. And we want to thank Zone Off-Road, our Jeep specialist, that have actually given us this bonnet to be able to show you. I see Shally is trying to do this by himself. Oh, he's got it. See, he's got good muscles. Shally? Okay. Right, so now what I want to know, because I mean our faces are not that important, I want to know, Shally, take it back a little bit, small little bit until, okay, stop just there. Okay, can you see? Mm-hmm. Rich, can you see from your side all the scratches that are here? Yeah. Okay, so these scratches are the normal scratches you'll have in the car. We made a little bit of an extra impact here, so I hope you can see this, and we'll take a photo as well afterwards. When we finish with the show. These are the kind of scratches that you'll have on your vehicle. The important part is, if you have a scratch that has actually gone into the paint, the scratch remover and the gloss polish spray wax will not be able to fix that. So please just see, if it's very deep, you'll be able to make it lighter, but you won't be able to remove it. So if it's damaged the paint and gone through the paint, that'll need to be taken care of with a panel beater or a specialist. Okay, so I just want to show that this the scratch remover is nice and purple cream. If you would touch it, you would feel that there's little granites in there. That's the polish and the scrub itself. What is it called, Shally?
Grinding paste? The
grinding paste. Okay, so I want to show you the magic that this product can actually create. So all of you can see, and Richie can see quite well. Okay, so what I'm going to do, and I'm doing it and not Shally, so that you can see the difference, and that even if you don't have the guns as what Shally has, that you don't have to worry. So I'm also using circular movements. Okay, so moved it in onto the scratches. What I'm going to do now is just wait for it to dry a little bit, and then I'm going to start buffing it. Okay, when you take that off, you'll see the scratches that you still want to remove, or that are still visible, so that you can know those. The same as at the headlights, those are the ones that you're going to have to add a little bit more of an elbow grease. But you can already see the unbelievable difference of the scratches. Can you see, Rich? Okay.
Just one clip now. Wax on, wax off.
Wax on, wax off. Okay, so I'm going to do it quickly so that you can see. After this has been done, you see the scratches have been removed. What you will do is you will take the gloss spray wax just to be able to put on and to do that last little bit of shine, polishing, protecting, making it even smoother. So the texture of the spray wax is very creamy. So what's nice about it is it applies easily. It's got nanotechnology, so it covers dust molecules. It's not going to cause extra scratches on the surface, but it is going to give it that shine, and it's going to also be able to make sure that it protects it quite well. So it's a nice creamy texture, if I can show you that. Really nice and smooth. So on that, you'll just buff it all in, keep on buffing it until you can see yourself in your motor vehicle. And you see that. What does that look like, Rich? Brand new?
Good. Yeah.
All right. Shally, if you can remove that for us, please.
Shally, how does it look from your side?
All right, so these two products, when it comes to scratches, anything from scratches on your bicycle, scratches on your jet ski, your motorbike, doesn't matter where. These are two products that will remove those scratches and make sure that they're well taken care of. And the other major benefit about the gloss spray wax is, in the one place that I really love using it, is when I have my car washed, I normally still have some slaughtered animals, small little ones, that are still looking at me because they were too tough to take off by regular soap. So you'll have some tar on it, you'll have some mosquitoes that are still looking at you, hoping for a revival. So if you have those small little animals, small little spots that are still in your vehicle, on your headlights, on your side mirrors that they've missed, you just apply the gloss polish wax cream, and you take a cloth and you'll see the tar, the insects. It's almost like they dissolve off. Then you take a dry cloth and you just buff it, and you're going to see the nice glow. It's going to protect it against the sun. And if you do have a car that's in the garage that is your baby, that you hardly drive with, but it still has the dust that falls on it, and you want to make sure that it's always protected, the amazing thing about the gloss spray wax is you spray it and wipe it off with the cloth. Because it's a nanotechnology, those little dust molecules will not scratch the car. It will prevent that and just make sure that it's removed, and also has a layer on it that actually you can blow the dust molecules off. So really, really stunning two products to be able to make sure you're scratch free, enlightened, and protected against the sun.
Just one step on this, Mel. I think one of the really things that this stands out a lot to me is a lot of times you see the vehicles next to the road, and they are polished, and generally they wait for 2 or 3 days before they remove that. Right, so this is an instant high gloss polish you can use right there, and you don't have a preparation period where you have to have it on the vehicle. But also both these products are silicone free, so that's a key important aspect when it comes to the panel beating industry, especially when you spray or have overspray. So you can also remove overspray with the scratch top.
Oh, you're awesome. That's such a great tip, Shally. So no silicone in both of them. This product of ours, you will see, is also branded the gloss polish spray wax in the motorcycle branding. It's packaged in the bicycle branding. It's packaged in the aero, in the marine. So one product can be used for protecting and removing scratches and protecting against the sun for all of these kind of applications. All right.
I'm just laughing at a question.
So these products are easy to use, and they're available at builders and a whole lot of our partners, our Goldwagen partners, Bearing Man Group. So make sure you get them, because it is going to be product that's going to last such a long time, and they're going to make sure that you can remove scratches even on your countertops at home. Anywhere that you think that there's a scratch that you want to remove, these products are usable in so many different places. So when we have another question, which Richard wanted to know, how did we make the scratches on the bonnet?
We found them that way.
Yeah, so we're not going to elaborate. There's a lot of things that happens. What happens in Liqui Moly stays in Liqui Moly. So quickly on that pursuit challenge for those 2 free entries. So if you can answer, where will the pursuit challenge happen this weekend? So where did I mention it is happening this weekend? The first 2 answers will have those free entries that we will pay for you to make sure that you can enjoy the mountain bike event happening this weekend in... Yes, that's what you need to say. So we had a lot of fun with the scratch remover and the gloss spray wax. If you have any questions, we have our technical team that's always willing to help and assist where you're not sure. It is 2 different applications that Shally covered, which is your normal everyday at home doing your own vehicles, or more on the professional side where you do have polish machines. But any questions, anything that you're not sure of, please give us a shout. And if there's anything that you want us to cover or go into a little bit more detail and unpack it on the Melly and Shally show, please let us know so we can make sure that we can focus on that, bring a couple of examples, or clear up how we can use it so that we can make sure all our products are unpacked and easy and simple for you to use.
Yes, guys, so it's a new year and new exciting challenges, but also we are looking forward to the Melly and Shally series this year. And yeah, there's many tricks we have up our sleeve, so stay tuned, and thank you for all the viewers for supporting us as well.
Thank you, and have a wonderful week being enlightened and scratch-free. From the Melly
and Shally.
Bye, everyone.
Cheers, guys.